Hello everybody and welcome to the Reds Army. So tonight is a big night for Manchester United. It's a night where we play Real Sociedad in the Europa League round of 16. It could go very well for Manchester United or it could go horribly wrong for our club. We'll talk about that in a minute. I also believe that tonight Amorin could experiment with the squad and actually name a youth team. We could experiment and give young players a chance to try and prove us wrong, because most of our players that we have, the senior players, are actually not turning up and they are not giving us 100%. So what could go wrong if we gamble with the young kids? We'll talk about that in a moment. So let's talk about tonight's game. It's a huge game for Manchester United. It's a huge game for Real Sociedad, and I can guarantee you one thing: it's not going to be a boring game. It's not going to be a boring game. I'm pretty sure it's going to be a pulsating game. It will be an end-to-end game, but it's a winner takes all kind of a game where anybody can win tonight. Anybody can win. I am rooting for Manchester United as a Manchester United fan, but I'm also concerned about our recent form. I mean, we haven't been winning games. We have been losing so many games this season. Actually, we have lost so many games this season than any other season since I started supporting Manchester United. So tonight is a big day for Manchester United. We could go there and disappoint Real Sociedad and win a game where all odds are against us, because everybody is believing that Manchester United is going to lose. I also believe that we are going to lose this game given the way we have been playing, but I also have hope. I have hope. I am 90% sure we're going to lose the game, but I have 10%. I'm 10% sure that maybe we could surprise Real Sociedad and end up taking all the 3 points, but it all depends with the players. I mean, Amorim has done everything. He has prepared the players for this game. I'm talking about the training. The sessions have been actually intense. That's what I've read actually today. They have been very intense, and the players have been focusing more on tactics. They have been tactical training. But again, he has done his best. It all now comes down to Manchester United players. Are they going to turn up, or are they going to disappoint us as they have done the entire season? So let's look at the game. I believe, and I said in the other video, that it's time we drop Hojlund. It's time for Amorim to drop Hojlund, because the guy is running low on confidence. He's not actually there 100%. He's not there 100%, and you can see him. He's struggling with confidence. He's hesitating so much, and secondly, he's not getting the service that a striker requires to score goals. So it's a double-edged sword, and he's actually not good enough for Manchester United at this particular point. So we need to drop him. And personally, I think and I believe that Garnacho is my preferred option to replace Hojlund. I know Garnacho is not a striker, he's not a number 9, but Garnacho is a type of a player who can hurt your opponent. He's the type of a player who can score goals. You know, he does it when he's playing as a winger. Now, if we push him in front and maybe he plays as a number 9, and if he doesn't play as a number 9, maybe he plays as a winger, and then we play Chido Obi, because what can happen? What's the worst that can happen if we play Chido Obi as a striker tonight? We give him more minutes and we show him that we have more confidence in him. What's the worst that can happen? I mean, we are already underdogs in this fixture. We are already underdogs, and unfortunately we are. If we beat Real Sociedad tonight, I would consider us extremely lucky. I mean, unless you have been living under a rock, you already know that Manchester United is horrible. We are horrible, and especially in our striking area, our attackers are toothless, especially Hojlund, the number 9. He's toothless. He cannot score goals. He's not scoring goals, and that has actually given our opponents more confidence when they're approaching these games. They approach the games with more confidence, knowing that their striker, although he's capable of scoring goals, he's actually not scoring goals. So he's not good enough. At the moment, he's not good enough. So we need to bench him. Trust me, we need to bench him. About Zaxi, I think Zaxi should stay. I think Zaxi has an unbelievable work ethics, but he's not scoring goals, but his work ethics is just unbelievable. I mean, he's running and giving 100%. Hojlund, I know he's a poacher. He's a traditional number 9. They just hang around the final third, hoping to get those service, those passes. but it's not working for him this time. We need somebody who actually can put in the work. And I think, honestly, I think we should experiment with Chido Obi tonight. I don't know. What do you think? Should we experiment with Chido Obi? I think there's nothing we can lose. There's nothing we can lose. I would rather we lose this game and we have experimented with different players than play similar players who have been losing the entire season and then wonder what if we had dropped Hojlund and played Chido Obi. Okay, I don't like living in the what if world. I don't like that. I love certainty. I know you can never be certain 100% of the time, but I really love a clear picture and a clear story. Right now, I believe that Chido Obi is incredibly great and better than Hojlund. I think Hojlund needs a little bit of time off to go and deal with himself, to try and build up his confidence before we can entrust him to be our main striker. He needs some time off from the media, from the attention, from everything, so that he can regain his confidence and fall in love with football once more, because Manchester United is under huge pressure right now, and a young player like Hojlund cannot handle such pressure, so he needs some time off. So personally, I think we should start Chido Obi and Garnacho should start. If you look at the statistics, you'll find out that around 7 out of 10 games where Garnacho has started, we have won. He's the type of a player who actually puts the opponent's defense on their toes. They don't relax when he's around. He can run through them. He can dribble. He can score goals. He can produce, he can create chances. He can produce assists. I mean, he's an all-round player for me. I think he should start today as a winger or maybe even a striker. I don't know. If I was Amorim, I would just now be gambling until the end of the season because I have nothing else to lose. I would just be gambling, throwing in everything I can and seeing which one will stick. Okay, so I hope Garnacho will start today. I also think that I saw that Toby is actually traveling with the squad to Real Sociedad and he's back. Remember, Toby coming back to the squad is a win for Manchester United, given that we don't have Ugarte. Ugarte is out. So Toby might step up and take Ugate's position. I love Toby. I mean, he's young, he's 21 years old. He still has a lot to learn. He's still developing and growing, but his mentality is incredible. I mean, this is a guy who is 21 years old but carries himself like a 27, 28 years old. He still has a lot to learn, but he still has so much he can give to this Manchester United team that is disjointed, that is lost, that is fragmented, that is low on self-confidence. So somebody like Toby coming into the lineup would actually add that. It will inject fresh blood into the squad, and then we add in Chido Obi and then Garnacho. I'm telling you, if we do this and maybe try and experiment with a few players here and there, I'm 100% sure we are going to confuse Real Sociedad, because Real Sociedad, if we name the same lineup that we have been naming, the ones that we named against Fulham, I'm pretty sure we're going to lose the game. Why? Because the Real Sociedad's manager and the tactical team, I'm pretty sure they spent a lot of time watching Manchester United games, especially the Fulham game, to try and see and identify players who are threats. Now, throwing in Toby and Chido Obi would actually put them on their toes and would disrupt their plans and their preparation. And then they will have nothing to do but to just approach the game in a free mode, which gives us more opportunities and gives us a fighting chance to try and win the game. But if we name the same players, I mean, look at what Sir Alex Ferguson used to do. Mind games won him so many matches. Look at what Mourinho used to do. He used to play mind games. Okay, he used to play mind games. But unfortunately, Ten Hag wasn't a mind game type of a manager. Amorim doesn't seem to be buying into that philosophy, but mind games have always caught our opponents off guard. And Sir Alex Ferguson was a master of mind games. He had perfected mind games. I don't see anything wrong with mind games, and I think Amorim should try and borrow a leaf from Sir Alex Ferguson's playbook. I mean, if he can mix up the lineup, a bit tonight, I'm 100% sure that something can happen and we can win the game. And if we win the game, then we go to Old Trafford and mix it up a little bit again. And then we proceed to the last 8. Then we proceed to quarterfinals, semifinals, maybe even win the trophy, because this is the only trophy that is realistic for Manchester United to win. The only obstacle is Real Sociedad tonight. If we beat them tonight and then we win the return leg or even draw in the return leg, we proceed to the next round. But if we lose tonight, then we are setting ourselves up to fail, because there's this, oh my goodness, there's so much riding on this game. It could be a game that turns our season around. It could be a game that triggers or injects motivation into this team, and maybe we could go on a run and avoid relegation and even win the Europa League and even play in the Champions League next season. But our players have to turn up. We can sit here and debate and talk about how we can win the game, but if Manchester United players don't believe it in their hearts that they can win the game, then we might as well not even play the game, because we have lost it even before we kick the ball. It's all about mentality, how strong your mentality is. You know, when you approach something, you need to have that winner mentality. You don't just think about winning. You have to believe that you're going to win. That's how you win games. Okay, that's how you win. Because if you just think about winning and you don't believe it, when something upsets you, when you encounter a small obstacle like a red card or even conceding the first goal, that's it. You're not going to win. Now you have to battle against yourself, because self-doubt actually kills many dreams. And I can look at these Manchester United players and can tell you they are full of self-doubt. They don't believe in themselves anymore. And they are trying to deflect and blame other people, like the manager. You saw what Anthony said. I mean, Anthony is so full of himself to a point. Yes, he's a good player. He's blaming Amorim for... Yet, he had 2 years where he played rubbish football for Manchester United. 2 years, Amorim wasn't there. And right now, he has the audacity to open his mouth and blame Amorim. And you wonder why. Why would you blame Amorim? Blame yourself. You are the player. You are the one who has that poor mentality. You need a stronger mentality in this life, whether you're a footballer or not. I can look at Amorim and I can see this is the guy who's full of confidence. He believes in himself. He believes in the dream. He believes in his tactics. I mean, the tactics, they work. They worked at Sporting. They were working at Sporting. Why can't they work at Manchester United? One, we have players who are full of themselves. Self-doubt kills their dreams. Okay, let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Do you think today we should start Chido Obi instead of Hojlund? Okay, do you also think that Toby should start today, or we should start Casemiro? Personally, I wouldn't take Casemiro today. I would take Toby. He's young, energetic, fast, and he can read the game. Casemiro is old, and he does have those few games where he is an outstanding player, maybe even scores a goal, but 90% of the time he is not the Casemiro that we bought or the Casemiro that was at Real Madrid. So I think we should go with Toby tonight. We should also go with Garnacho. Garnacho should be a starter. Let's not start Eriksen. Why are we starting Eriksen? Let's start Garnacho. We already have an established winger in the name of Garnacho. There was a time Garnacho was our outstanding player. There was a time during Ten Hag's time. There was a time Garnacho was on fire. And then here we are starting Eriksen instead of Garnacho. And the moment we bring in Garnacho, he turns the game around. He turns the game around. He inspires and he starts putting pressure on our opponents. And then they back off. And then our other players can now play freely. But if we don't start Garnacho today, if we bring him in as a substitute, then we'll be shooting ourselves on the foot. I think we should start Garnacho and he should play 90 minutes. He's fit. I don't think he has any injury issues, okay? He's fit. He's fit. He can play 90 minutes. He should play 90 minutes tonight. You know why? Because we have a game against Arsenal. The same Arsenal that actually won by 7-1 against PSV and Hojlund. And you wonder, how many goals are we going to ship when we play against Arsenal? Because there is a time we beat Arsenal 8-2. And they always talk about this. If you talk about to Arsenal fans, they tell you there will come a time when we are going to revenge the 8 goals that we conceded against Manchester United. Will it be this weekend? I don't know, but we are ripe for picking. They can score as many goals as possible against Manchester United this weekend. So we need players who are sharp. Let's play Garnacho today. He can get the minutes in, and then maybe he can start against Arsenal. But I don't know, maybe Amorim has other plans. Let me know your thoughts. Do you think Garnacho should start today? If you're new here, kindly take a second to subscribe. I'm sorry for sounding like a broken record. It really helps the channel. It helps me, it motivates me to make such videos, helps me connect with the community. And also talk to me in the comment section and tell me where you're watching this video from, and so that we can connect and talk more. That's all for today. I'll make another video immediately after the game. I'll be reacting to the game, and I hope you guys will join me, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Goodbye.